We've all gone through some sort of trauma. Hey beauties, welcome back to the channel. So on today's video, you guys, we are going to be talking about singlehood. You guys, we're going to be talking about my journey through singlehood, where I'm at, what I've gone through, what it's taken to get here, the many nights that I cried. We gonna talk about it. So if you guys want to see this video, definitely stay tuned, and we'll also be getting ready in the process, doing our makeup, fluffing up our hair. So if you guys have come this far and you're not already subscribed, make sure that you hit that subscribe button right now, and also turn on that little post notifications bell so that you're notified every single time your girl uploads a brand new video. Don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up, and also keep up with me on all of my social medias. And let's not waste some more time, let's get right on into the video. So let's talk singlehood. So my singlehood season has been one heck of a journey, you guys. Literally, I have gone through so many ups and downs in this season. I mean, ups and downs is a part of life, but definitely in this single season, I feel like I fought a lot with myself. In the beginning of my single season, I, of course, was healing, and through the healing process, you go through so many emotions. You go through, this is really my reality. I'm also doing my makeup, guys, so don't mind if I'm not 100% looking at the camera. I gotta see what I'm doing here. But yeah, I was going through the emotions of like, is this really my reality? I was going through the fact that things that I wanted for the future just weren't gonna happen for me at the time that I wanted them to happen, and just, you know, missing the person that you were with and all of those things. I'm in a place where I am 100% happy and content with where it is that I'm at. So what I mean by that is, like, your singlehood season, keep in mind that it's a season. It's not forever. What is a season? Something that is temporary, something that is taking the place for a certain amount of time, but it is not something that's permanent. It's not forever. In this singlehood season, I've gotten to learn myself, you guys, so much. Just like learning deeply me, learning to enjoy solitude. Like, you guys, when I tell you, I think I enjoy being alone a little bit too much. I really enjoy being alone a little bit too much, you guys. I love my solitude. I love my peace. I love my quietness. I don't think anybody understands peace until you literally live alone, are by yourself. The peace I have is at an all-time high. Like, I literally get excited to come home just to, like, be by myself. I love it. I am my own best friend. Like, I get super happy, and that's something that I feel like a lot of people get afraid of, and why they stay in certain situations, because they're afraid of being by themselves, and they don't realize there's a certain level of peace that you get and attain when you are by yourself. I feel like I went through so many things where there was one point where I was like not content with being by myself, and I was like so desperate to date. And it's crazy because in the same breath I could say that I was desperate to date, and also in the same breath I could say that everyone that tried to date me, I was turning them down left and right. Like, no, I'm not interested, because I really didn't want to date. I think I just wanted to have somebody there. But now I am just like so at peace. Unless you're in this season and you also live alone, I don't know if you guys can understand truly like what I mean by the level of peace that I am at. But it just, it's literally a breath of fresh air, you guys. What a lot of people need to know is that although being by yourself, like, there's times where of course you want somebody around, you want to have good conversation and deep talks, and you want love, like you want somebody to love you. But I feel like, honestly, if you don't truly love yourself first, why are you, I can only speak from my perspective, so no one take this as like this is the advice that you should take. But if this resonates with you, then take it in. But I feel like for me, if I have to think of who I was 3 years ago, like, I loved myself, but the love that I have for myself now is just different. It's not the same. Like, I love myself so much more deeper in the sense that there's so many things I just wouldn't allow in my life anymore. Like, I would not allow people to treat me a certain way. I wouldn't continue to look for myself and others and expect people to treat me the way that I treat them, you know? Like, in your single season, you guys, forget the solitude, forget the peace. If you're also single and you don't have a child, like, do you realize, like, you have your whole life to do these things? Like, when you get married, there isn't a going back. Like, at least for me, when I get married, I'm married. That's it. And I'm gonna be so happy in that season. But it's just like, while I have just myself to focus on and just myself to love and just myself to give all of my attention to and affection to, there's no rush is really what I'm saying. Like, there is no rush to get out of this season. Like, also, because I'm so happy in this season, I feel like anyone who is in this season as well, when you're happy and content in your single season where it's like, I'm good regardless, then there's a level of things that you just won't accept and allow when you do start dating. Like, it's like, if you're not my type, if this isn't gonna work out, then it's just not gonna work out. You're just not my type. Like, I'm not desperate because I want companionship or I want somebody here. Of course I want those things, but I want them when the time is right for them. But while I'm in my single season and God is saying right now, I need you to be by yourself, I'm fully embracing it. Like, I am so happy, you guys. Like, I don't think a lot of people understand. I get it. There are people who, no, scratch that. I don't get it. I feel like if you are desperate for a relationship, then there's something within yourself that you need to work on. If you get out of a relationship and you're desperate to date, I need to go do this, I need to go sleep around, I need to do this, then there's something within yourself that you need to fix. Like, I promise you that. I've done the work. I've done the work. I've done the deep healing. I've done the digging. I've done the figuring out the things that are wrong with me, the things that are hurting in me. I've allowed myself to feel the pain. I've allowed myself to grieve. I've allowed myself to grieve. I've allowed myself to feel everything that I've needed to feel and wanted to feel. I've healed. And as a healed person who's done the work, when you now get to just enjoy and blossom in your single season, it's different. There's always a smile on my face, you guys. Like, there isn't a time where I'm not sitting here happy. Like, God has me at perfect peace. I did not understand perfect peace until this time in my life right now. Like, I get it. It's beautiful. Like, nobody's disrupting that unless they're my person. Nobody. No man is disrupting that. No person is disrupting that, because even like friends and family, you're not disrupting my peace. And it just is such a good feeling to be in this space and be right here. Like, this is why I wanted to even come on here and talk about singlehood, single season, because a lot of people are so afraid of this. And you don't even realize, like, yes, the work is hard. Trust me, the work is hard. You go through depression and all types of feelings. But when you come out on the other side, you guys, when you come out on the other side, it just is like a whole new world. Like, oh my goodness, to say that I've come out on a healed side. Like, there's moments where I was weak. Woo! If y'all watched the last video talking about my relationship with God and everything, and just my transformation over these past couple of years, I can tell you guys, my flesh is weak. So when I tell you I was ready so many times to run back to my old life, run back to it, but to be here today, I'm so happy that I didn't. Like, I'm so happy that I didn't, and I'm so happy that I just decided to embrace, like, okay, I'm single. God has me in isolation season for a reason, and to be in this space right now where I am happy and at peace, I wouldn't have wanted it any other way. And I'm speaking as someone who is healed, someone who was in a long-term relationship, somebody who loves deep. Forget that whole, oh, it's summertime, you know, let's all be single, or oh, now it's winter time, so now it's cuffing season again. Like, that's for little kids, y'all. If you've grown and if you're really just trying to be the best you, then you have to embrace the journey. Like, I know the plans God has for me. And it's just like, if I know these things, why am I in a rush to get there? Like, do you know when you become someone's mother that you have your whole life of being somebody's mother, of taking care of someone else, for putting someone else's wants and needs before your own? Do you know that as a wife you do the same? You put your husband's needs, and I'm only going based off of me because I know how I am. When I love somebody, when I care about somebody, when I'm in a relationship, I put their wants and needs before my own. I put myself on the back burner. And it's just like, what's the rush in this season now where all my wants and needs come first? What is the rush? Literally, what is the rush? What is the rush? I remember I was, you know, as women, we all get to that point where, well, for the guys too, but guys, pay attention. Ladies get to a point in their life where psychologically your mind is just like, oh my God, I want a baby. Like, I want kids. And I remember being in that space. This is gonna sound a little crazy, but right now I'm kind of like, F them kids. Right now, it's gonna sound like I'm speaking in two different scenarios right now. Like, of course, oh my goodness, I can't wait to be a mom, right? But I also can wait. Like, I'm like, when God blesses me with that, I'm gonna embrace it and I'm gonna be so happy that I have that. But right now, while I just have me to take care of and fully love, the love is coming for Tia. Like, Tia's gonna give herself that love right now, and I don't think anybody should rush their single season at all, just because it's important. Like, it's crucial. Like, if you don't fully love yourself, if you don't fully know yourself, and the crazy thing is a lot of people really think, yeah, I do love myself. Okay, so let's analyze your actions and see if your actions are a reflection of somebody that loves themselves. Like, I feel like when you get out of a relationship, right, you go through these high and low points. So you go through these highs of, wow, like, did I forget who I was? And you go through that peak, right? And that's like a peak, a little start to you realizing like who you are. And then you go through your lows of like, oh my goodness, like, I'm by myself. Like, oh no, that's not okay. I am that girl. I need to date. I want to have somebody compliment me and, you know, appreciate me for who I am, for the appreciation that I felt that I didn't get before, right? But all those are little glimpses of you not fully loving yourself. Because why did it take you to be single to realize you are that girl? Why did it take you to be single to realize you want somebody to do this, that, and the third for you, and you are looking for it and need it? Like, there's parts of yourself that you're just not fully content with, that you're just not fully loving and loving on. And I had to realize that. I had to realize that. I had to come to the reality. I think a lot of people, and myself included, guys, because I'm not sitting here as perfect person, I'm sitting here as healed person, but I think a lot of people don't realize, like, you have to go through the work. It's not easy, it's not tough. You gotta reality check yourself sometimes. You gotta be able to sit with yourself and say, okay, we down bad right now. We are down bad. We are acting crazy. We are not loving ourselves. We are out of character. We are acting desperate. You gotta check yourself. Like, if you can't check yourself, then that's not good. You got to be able to call yourself out on it. Why? Because when you get in a relationship is a mirror of you. A lot of people don't realize that. The relationship is a mirror of you. Do you notice people get into arguments because, oh, they said this about me, they said that? Yeah, they did. Why? Because that other person is with you. They can see your flaws. They know the raw. They know the real you. So they're going to call you out on it. So then you get by yourself and you start to feel good because you're like, no one's complaining about me anymore. Nobody is telling me this. Nobody's calling out the things that I need to work on. So that means you're just covering up and protecting your issues because nobody's calling you out on it anymore. So that means the work stopped. You're not working on that anymore. That's just something that got swept under the rug. You don't need to work on that anymore. A relationship is also a mirror of where you are at in life. Your partner can see you. They can see who you are. So they can call you out on on those things. And I can only talk from a healed place because I've called myself out on everything. And there could be more. There could be more. But I've done a lot of work. And again, I'm not talking from a place of, oh, I'm perfect. No, not at all. Just someone who's done the work on themselves because I wanted to get to a happy place. And I'm so thankful to be in this place that I'm in right now. I could literally boohoo cry about this journey because it's been so beautiful. If only you guys could have seen the many nights that I cried for moms, you guys. Cried for moms. Not happy in a single season, not happy with myself, not happy of where I'm at, grieving the past, grieving the fact that there's a timeline that I projected in my head that just wasn't gonna happen the way I wanted it to happen. You know, like, woo, I literally was going through it. No, I didn't go through it alone. I had amazing best friends who were there and helped me, but even still, there's so much work I had to do on my own. I felt like there was a part where I was coping by just being outside. I needed to just be around people and block out what was going on in my head. Almost like if I walked into my home, everything that I was feeling was just surrounding me, although this was all going on in my head. But it was just like my home at one point wasn't a happy place because it just was a place of everything that I was feeling. So I needed to just get out of the house. So I made sure I was out of the house every day. I always had something to do. I was always with my best friends. God is good, you guys. God is so good. Like, y'all, oh my goodness, I really wish, like, I hope y'all really understand or is resonating. Like, sometimes I can't always put all the words out on the table. The way God got me, sometimes I'm just like, God, do I deserve all this love and just woo? Like, I don't deserve it. And God be giving me the love anyways. And I know it's bad to say just be selfish right now, but when I tell you guys it's okay to be a little selfish in your single season, it is okay. It's okay to be alone. Being alone does not mean lonely. Being alone does not mean lonely. And that's the problem. People be like, oh, you by yourself? Yeah, I'm by myself. I'm going out to eat by myself. I'm going to concerts by myself. I'm doing this by myself. I'm going shopping by myself. Do y'all know how happy Tia is by herself? And this is why I say, like, even people who are in a relationship, y'all got some growing and healing to do on your own. And maybe you got twice the work to do because you're also in a place where it's not all about you. You're in a relationship. Two people. It is not all about you. You got to care about somebody else's feelings. You got to care about somebody else's healing. There's work to do on both ends. Like, why are you in a relationship if you're not a healed person? Because if you're not a healed person, then you got to do twice the work. Because you got to find time to only care about yourself while caring about somebody else. Why? Because you decided to be in a relationship and you also have no choice but to put their wants and needs first. The inner work that I have done, and when I tell you I've only done it because of God. Because only God knows the place that I was in. I did not think I was going to get out of. And I did not think that I could be in this place that I am right now. And I didn't think that I could have room to love somebody else as deep. And I didn't think that I could get over someone. And I didn't think that I could be happy again. And I didn't think that things that I wanted at the time, I thought it just wasn't going to happen for me ever again. Like, if God's gonna take you through anything, he's not gonna leave you behind. He's also gonna walk with you through it and see you to the other side and still be with you on the other side. Like, do y'all know how good God is? Thank you, Jesus. I have reason to praise and worship, y'all. I really do. Y'all wouldn't even realize on the daily how many people are always like, you're glowing, you look so good, you look so happy, oh my goodness, you're just stunning. And they see this like new beauty. Like, yeah, I did go to the gym and I did take care of myself in that area and I did change certain habits and things, but when happiness is coming from within, like what is that word, the abundance of the heart flows something, when the inner love, peace and happiness is coming out from within, it's gonna show. It's gonna show. It's gonna shine. It's gonna be bright. Literally everybody is gonna see it. I hear it every day. They don't realize it's nothing but you, God. In my 28 years of living, I've never gotten to just do this as an adult. Put me first, love me first. So enjoy your singlehood. Embrace it. You are not lonely. First off, God is with you always. You call on his name and he is with you, I promise you. But you are not by yourself. You have you to look at in the mirror, and you have you to work on, and you have you to love, and you have you to be selfish with, and you have you to find peace with. We've all gone through some sort of trauma in our life, whether it's from childhood, adulthood, relationships, midlife, late life, early life. Some sort of trauma we've all experienced, and that's just a part of life. But there's healing and work that needs to be done to be the best you. So when are you gonna embrace it? Do the work for you. It's less work than doing it for two. I love y'all. I love you, beauties. I don't think y'all understand. Like, if I'm healing, I want y'all healing. I want y'all happy. We'll talk more. Let me know if you guys have comments below about the healing process, about singlehood. I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. Let's continue to grow this channel.